Good morning from Arizona and good morning to Asian. So please pay homage to the triple gem together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Avanti micete yang tapang sapatane supatate tang sarai Bodhang Pondaro Pang Sakalang Sati. My homage to the most triple gem, the Arahanta Sammasambuddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Respectfully to the most venerable Mahasangha and Mahathera, dear friends and class. So today, August 28th, we are going to continue our sutra on the last Monday of August 2023. For last week, last Friday, I was absent because, as I told you, I went to Washington, D.C., the capital city of United States of America. I would like to share you some experiences and what I have participated and what our most venerable spiritual leaders, especially the most venerable Dr. Henepula Gunaratana, or known as Bandeji. Okay, good. So I want to share you something about my experience participating the great honoring ceremony that the government of Sri Lanka, especially the His Excellency Mr. Mahinda Saranasinghe, the ambassador of Sri Lankan embassy in Washington, D.C. They celebrate this event. They celebrate 55 years or 55th service of 55th of Dhamma service. Our venerable Dr. Henepula Gunaratana, who had a great service to the United Nations, United States of America, from 1968 that he presented in Washington, D.C. and promote the Buddha Dhamma, promote the Buddha's teaching throughout the United States. Especially, he is a very great spiritual leader who ordained many American scholars and also African scholars. For example, Bande Buddharakkhita in Uganda. He was staying with Bandeji for 8 years to practice meditation and Tripitaka studying. And, you know, for the whole life of his monkhood that he became a monk, I think since 1941. He became a monk in 1941 as a Samanera and become Upasambhada in 1947. He did a great service in Sri Lanka and the whole Indian nations. both North and Southern Indian, yeah, Northern and Southern Indian, and he promoted Buddhism 10 years in Malaysia from 1955 to 1965, and great services in Japan and some other country in the world. And then he established his permanent residence in United States of America in 1968. And he also was ambassador of a United Nations Commission for the U.S.-Vietnam War to work with refugees for their mental problem and education. This is such a great service that we should know. And Bante is well known as a living author who has written many volumes of books, more than 50 volumes, and the most well-known books, Mindfulness in Plain English, that recorded in the New York Times of America as the bestseller book for 10 years. So there are many peoples, monks, both Mahayana and Theravada from especially East Coast of America, and ambassador from many embassies in Washington, D.C., and some distinguished guests from other countries like England, Australia, America, and some others participate at that celebration. And the government of Sri Lanka in the times of Mahinda Rajapaksa, the president of Sri Lanka in 2021, there is a paper handed over to the government of Sri Lanka. And recently, the stamp, national stamp, that given to Banteji in June 4th, 2023. So a couple of months ago. So it is very great honor to the Buddhist monk, not only Sri Lanka, but the monks around the world, to have such a great blessing and such a great honorary from its own governments, as well as the international scholars and politicians and others, audiences and people around the world accept him. I think Sri Lanka is the first country who established a Theravada Buddhist monastery in United States of America. The first Buddhist monastery or the Buddhist temple established in San Francisco in about 1865 in San Francisco by Chinese workers, Mahayana tradition. But the Theravada just came and have their own temple in Washington, D.C. in 1926. So a year before Bante Gunaratana born. So the Theravada Buddhism established its own temples or monastery in the United States of America in 1926 by Sri Lankan scholar, by Sri Lankan monks. It was the first Theravada Buddhist monastery in United States. Cambodia has such a great relationship with America in the past also, but we don't have any monastery before 1977. our first temple in Washington, D.C., in Maryland, Silver Spring, Bodhikaram Temple. It is established by Venerable Ong Mien with Samdach Baradama Baradama Belong in 1977. But we have the Cambodian monks or Sankaraja has visited America first time in 1955. Samdach Hotat Vajirapanyo has great honor to invited by U.S. government to visit USA in 1955. Just only that, and I don't know who come next beside the most venerable Belong, Mahavira Belong, who worked with American government for many decades. So this is just my sharing that I have participated last week on Friday in Washington D.C. in Embassy of Sri Lanka to the United States of America in Washington D.C. that I have seen many auspicious activities during the celebration that participated by many distinguished participants, especially the appreciation from ambassador, from student, from scholar around the world express their sincere thanks to the most venerable Dr. Henepula Gunaratana. Venerable Dr. Henepula Gunaratana, or well known as Bante G, still alive in his 96 years old, but he's still teaching. He is giving at least 3 lectures a week today. Now, at least 3 lectures a week to audiences, online and virtual and actual teaching. And also every Sunday, he has the Sunday school as a Sri Lankan tradition from many years, along with custom and tradition, teaching Buddhism to children. So even though he is 96 years old, but he still works with children. Sunday school to teach children, to communicate with children, to play with children. We can say that he still play with children with the Dhamma education. So it is such a great honor to him, such a great appreciation to him. And also he's still writing books. He's still writing books. I heard that last year, 2022, the mindfulness in fact, the factor of enlightenment was published, and another book will be Perception in Plain English, and some other 2 books will release soon, very soon. So I may have opportunity to have it in a couple of months. So this is what I am sharing you about Bante G and what I have participated last week in Washington D.C. So now come back to our class that we are going through our discussion on sutras. On Wednesday last week, we moved from Majjhima Nikaya, the middle length discourses, to Anguttara Nikaya. To Anguttara Nikaya, we select chapter 10 because it related to what we have learned. The first sutra that we have learned it was Chatuma Sutras. Chatuma Sutra tell us about the 4 phases of new monastic life, those who become a monks at young age. So those who became a monk recently or just become a novice or bhikkhus will face 4 fears that we have already learned. The fears of the fears of whale, the fears of whirlpool, the fears of crocodile, and fears of sharks. And the second sutra that we have come across, Akankaya Sutra, the purpose that we have practiced. If you are fulfilled in your virtues and precepts and delighted in concentrations and mindfulness in samatha and vipassana, insight meditation or concentration meditation, and you're happy to live in empty hearts or live alone with mindful meditation. So what you wish, it will be successful. So Akankaya Sutra in Majjhima Nikaya number 6. And we move to the Anguttara Nikaya volume 10. So AN 10, number 1, 2, and 3. So we already did number 1. Number 1 discuss about relationship of practice morality. So Chatuma Sutra and Akankaya Sutra discuss about the morality, sila sampanna. Like Akankaya Sutra said that sampanna sila bhikkhave viharata padimokha sampanna ajara gochara sampanna padimokha sangvara sangvuta anomatteso vacceso samadaya sikheta sikhapatesu. So the monk should fulfill in his virtue, so should practice and should move in virtues. So this virtue is very important. So fulfill in precept and virtues to restrain in patimokkha, his ajara, practice, gochara, resort, is kindly purified by practice. And also he see the even very little fear in small fault and try hard to study. So this is the thing that we connected to each other. Sampanna sila, fulfill in precepts, in morality, and get success, get what you want. This is in Akankaya Sutta. And now we came last week, Kimattiya Sutta, about the purpose. What purpose? Sampanna sila. In Akankaya Sutta, we said about success, what you want if you practice. But now, what is the benefit? What is the fruit? What is the purpose? And what is the anisansa of morality? In Akankaya Sutta already tell us the anisansa, but that anisansa is not end. We have another benefits. We have another anisansa. So, like we see here, we have sila, the morality or virtues, ethics. So those who practice in ethic, this morality, the purities of your sila, your morality or your ethic, will bring you to avipadisara. So will bring you to non-regrets. You will not regret. You will not have any disturbances in your mind. Your mind will calm easily because you don't have any bad thing or unwholesome that you have committed in your daily life or in the past. And this avipadisara, non-regrets, will bring you to the pamoja. You bring you to pamoja, joys or happy. You bring you to the happiness, a little joy that when you concentrate on your sila, your morality, that you see no space of fault, no space of fear. You committed, you did not have any offenses or fault, and then you not regrets and you have joys. And this joy that you collect every day, every time, and gradually you will have rapture, pity. You will have rapture. So your entire body, mind, physical and mentally happiness, entire bodies and mind, physically, mentally will be happy, will be delighted by the joys of purity, the joys of purity, the mental happiness. And this rapture will bring you to the passaddhi. After your mind is clear, your body is clear, your mind and body is smooth and easy to control the mind. So your mind is calm, passaddhi, calm, passaddhi. And this passaddhi will give you more sukha, more happiness, more tolerance, more enjoy physically, mentally enjoyment, that you will experience more happiness than usually. And this sukha will bring you to the samadhi. Samadhi to make your mind stay in one place, one pointed mind easily. And this one pointed mind will be clear, will facilitate your mind, clear your mind, easy to understand the realities of the nature. Yathabhutanyana dasana, to the knowledge that you can see everything as they are. So see the real thing beyond the world, beyond the darkness, because our body, our ignorance as a darkness, and our ignorance, avijja, as a darkness. Because, for example, the Buddha, at his very first time, he has hesitated to teach the Dhamma after his enlightenment. Why? Because he knows that if he teach his absolute teaching, his skillful teaching and valuable teaching, that nobody gonna agree with him. Why? Because this is the covers of the darkness, avijja, antaphuto ayang loko. So these worldly beings are covered by darkness, avijja, ignorance, covered by ignorance. Tanuketa vipassati, only a small amount of people, only small amounts of living being can understand the reality. Only small, tanuketa, only small among many beings in the world, just only small amounts of being vipassati. Vipassati means knowledge and vision, clear, can understand clear, or vipassati means insight, to understand clearly. Sakano jalamutova papo sakaya gachati. Just only those who understand the teaching, only those who understand beyond darkness, papo sakaya gachati, can reach the enlightenment, can reach the we can say heaven. Sagaya means heaven, but heaven here, the enlightenment, nibbana. to get rid of all suffering. So just only small amounts of people, not many. So that's why the Buddha hesitated to teach, because many people cannot understand easily. For example, in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, the first sermons of the Buddha, he taught in Varanasi, in Sarnath, among 5 men, 5 yogi, Panjavakiya, Kondanya, Wappa, Mahanama, Asiji, cannot understand very well. Among 5, just only 1 is understand the truth. Only 1 among 5. So it means only 20% of 100%. Only 20% can understand his teaching. And Kondanya, after listening to the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, become a first stream interest. Sotapanna. Just only 1. So how rare? It is not easy. Because the Buddha said, like in Dukkha Ariya Satya, the truth of suffering. Idam pana bhikkhave dukkhang ariya satyang jati pidukkha, jara pidukkha, vyadi pidukkha, marana pidukkha. For example, the Buddha said jati pidukkha, birth is suffering. But many people never see birth is suffering. When they have newborns, they're happy. They're happy. They take care of children. They take care of this baby. We call fetus. And when delivered, we call infants. So they take care of this baby very well, and they're happy. The presence of new family members. So they thought this is very pleasure. It is very happy to have. For example, sometimes they said this is the gods give you to us, give this newborn, this baby, beautiful baby, healthy baby, or something. So many people think that is the happiness. It's not suffering. But the Buddha said, Jati Pitukha, this is suffering, but it's suffering. And in Majjhima Nikaya also, the Buddha said to one a Brahmin, come to him after his lovely son passed away, and he crying to the Buddha and asked the Buddha, Venerable Sir, may I ask you where this suffering came from? And the Buddha said, Pemato jayate soko. It means all the suffering came from love. Suffering come from love. When you love, you will be suffered. And this Brahmin said, what are you saying, Gautama? You are stupid to say this thing. Love gives us happiness. Happiness came from love. Why you said suffering come from love? So he misunderstood, and he go away. He pretends not to listen to Buddha anymore. This such example just give you that the Buddha's teaching is the deep teaching that you learn, you have to understand by yourself. When you practice, you understand. The more you learn, the more you understand, the more deep and clear and happiness you gain by yourself. Nobody can add you any choice to your mind by adding Dhamma or adding something to you. So that's why after your mind is clear, samadhi, one-pointedness, you will see clear. Yatha Buddha Jnana Dassana. Yatha Buddha means reality. Jnana means knowledge, and Dassana means vision. So you have knowledge and vision to see the thing as they really are. After you see the thing as really are, you will have another quality. Nibbida viraga. The attachments and this passion, you will not attach with this worldly thing. You will not engage with this worldly thing. You will not delight in this worldly thing. Then you dispassion. You not grasp. You not indulge in this worldly thing. When you not indulge, when you not attached, when you not passionate with that, what the higher quality? Vimutti-jnana dasana. The knowledge and vision to understand yourself that you are liberated. So the knowledge of liberation means vimutti. And when you come liberated, vimutti, the higher levels in Buddhism. No more than that. And absolute happiness gained by those. So these 10 qualities discussed in the first sutra, Vimutti Sutra. And to the second and third sutra also should be should the same, but just only adding some importance. So let me go to the second sutra first. So second sutra here, it's called Cetana Karaniya Sutra. Evolution, Cetana Karaniya Sutra. It discusses about what to do with Cetana, what to do with evolution, Cetana. So I think it is not much different, but let's practice. I need one from our Zoom to read this. Who wanna try? I think Ian Pierre never read yet the baby monk. Ian Pierre,
let me try.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Oh, teacher.
Okay, you try first, and Ian Pierre come to the second paragraph.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, good.
For the virtual person whose worst behavior is the word is expected. Let none regret arise in me. It's a natural that no volition need to be expected. Let joy arise in me. It's a natural that in that one who is joyful, no arises in. It is natural that rapture arises in one who is joyful. For one with the rapture mind, no volition need be expected. Let my body be tranquil, rapture. Tranquil is, it is natural that the bodies of one which rapture body no relation did be expected. Feel pleasure. It is a natural. So is concentrated. For one who is concentrated, no volition need be expected. Let me know and see things as they really are. It is a natural that one who is concentrated, known and see things as they really are. For one who's known and sees things as they really are, no relation need be expected. Let me be this song, right? Sure. to be
Okay.
dissented and
Disenchant.
dispassion,
Yeah.
and this passion. It is natural as one who known and ceasing as they really are is this dissension. I'm not I'm not sure this word here. Disenchanted.
Disenchant. Disenchanted.
Passionated for one who is disenchanted and passionate. No volition need to be expected. Let me really realize the knowledge and versions of liberation. It is a natural that one who is disenchanted and dispassionate realize their knowledge and versions of liberation. Those people, the knowledge and vision.
That's stop here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Piron. Yeah. Actually, I don't know the internet from my side or from your side, so always interrupted sometimes. So, anybody okay with the sound, or you have the same problem as me? Yeah.
The same problem, teacher.
Oh, okay. So
maybe.
Okay, in periods, can you continue das Bhikkhu? So until the end.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Just because the knowledge and version of liberation is composed and benefit us this disenchantment and this passion, disenchantment and this passion, the purpose and benefit us the knowledge and version of things as they are really are. The knowledge and version of things as they really are is the purpose and benefit of concentration. Concentration is the purpose and benefit of pleasure. Pleasure is the purpose and benefit tranquility. Tranquility is the purpose and benefit of rapture. Rapture is the purpose and benefit of joy. Joy is the purpose and benefits of non-regret. And non-regret is purpose and benefits of virtuous behavior. Those because one state flow into the next state, one state fill up the next state for going from near soul to the far soul.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Pirwan. Yeah, that is very it is clear for us, especially last week one question regarding this, because one question brought up that if we have this state and we don't have another state, what happened? So this is the good answer that the Buddha have already answered to the monks, because here from number 1 to number 10, it is we call anuloma, flowing anuloma, from sila, vipadisara, pamoja, piti, pasati, sukha, samadhi, yathapunyana dasana, Nibbida Viraga and Vimuttiyana Dasana. So it is flowing down, anuloma, flowing down. And the second paragraph, padiloma, come up. Padisota or padiloma, so come in the opposite. So just fill up what is missed. So here, the first paragraph, the word volition. Volition, it means chetana. So if you fulfill the morality, for example, you practice 5 Panchasila, 5 precepts, and your 5 precepts is fulfilled, never break. You never broke the precept, you never miss any precepts, and you never commit wrong to those virtues. For example, when you fulfill this precept, you don't need to encourage your volition, your chetana. You don't need to try to make effort to have avipadesara. You don't need to make any volition. You don't need to try to get avipadesara. Avipadesara is come within when you fulfill your precept. So when your precept is clear, you don't need to wish. You don't need to make any effort to get. For example, if you take care of your mango tree very well, if you take care very well, you give a soil, you give water, and you take care, you have a fence to surround it. You don't need to pray that, oh mango, please fruit to me, please give fruit to me, or please fruitful something. You don't need to wish, you don't need to pray, you don't need to give effort, try effort, or make any evolution to wish that mango, please fruitful, please give me a fruit. You don't need to do that, because when you take care very well, the mango will give you a fruit. Likewise, when you practice good, when you good in virtues, non-regret will be with you. You don't need to do anything, then non-regret will come to you, because you don't have any regrets. Even though somebody pointed you, discussed you, that you commit this wrong thing, but you concentrate, you just sit, and no harms, no disturbances come to you, because you don't have any fault, you don't have any offense, you did not commit any bad thing. So that's why non-regret is within you. So that's why the Buddha said, it is natural, dhammata, it is natural that non-regret arises in a virtuous person. You see, this is clear. It is natural that non-regret arises in virtuous person. One whose behavior is virtuous. So virtuous person and one whose behavior is virtuous, it means you are good in conduct and practice, fulfilling precept. This is naturally happen, non-regret. You don't need to do anything. You don't need, so no evolution need to be exerted, let non-regret arise in me. So you don't need to have that wish, that evolution. And for the next step, when you have non-regrets, pamoja, joy is within you. You don't need to do any evolution. You don't need to exert any evolution. Evolution happen, joyfulness happen with you by itself, because you have no regrets. When you have joy, rapture will come naturally. When you have raptures and tranquility, passativity, or calm come with you naturally. When tranquility in your body, mind, and then happiness will come with you, sukha. When you have sukha, samadhi, when you have samadhi, yatha buddhayana tasana will come. And when you have yatha buddhayana dasana, nibbida viraga will come next. And the next one, vimottiyana dasana. This is naturally. You don't need to do any evolution. You don't need to exert any evolution. You don't need to make or try any effort to have it. It will come naturally. This is the Buddha mentioned in this sutra. And the second paragraph of the sutra, so the opposite way. The opposite doesn't mean that the quality come from the top to the bottom, but it's still the same, just only opposite saying. Opposite is in what? Thus, Bhikkhu, the knowledge and vision of liberation is the purpose and benefits of disenchantment and dispassion. So this is the benefit and purpose. What does purpose mean? In Pali, artha, purpose, and benefit, anisangsa. So this artha and anisangsa, the purpose and benefit of knowledge and visions of liberation coming from dispassion or detachment. Disenchantment means detachment. You're not attached. This means the opposite thing, and enchantment. This one word, and enchantment is one word. Disenchantment. So disenchantment and dispassion is the cause of knowledge and visions of liberation. So you see the cause and effect. Okay, cause and effect. Because of disenchantment and dispassion, there is knowledge and visions of liberation. And the knowledge and visions of liberation is the purpose and benefit of disenchantment and dispassion. And this enchantment and dispassion are the purpose and benefits of knowledge and visions of the thing as they really are. Yatha Buddha Jnana Dasana. So now we say in Pali is better, maybe better than the than saying in English. For example, here, first, the Buddha said, Sila bring avipadeshara bring pamoja bring piti bring pasati brings sukha, and sukha leads to samadhi to yatha Buddha Jnana Dasana, yatha Buddha Jnana Dasana Buddha Nibbida Viraga, and Nibbida Viraga to Vimutti Jnana Dasana. That is the flowing stream naturally. You don't need to make any effort, any evolutions to have it. Because when you fulfill one, it's flowing like Unnate Udakang Vattan, Yathanina. So the water flowing from the high to low, flowing down. So it is downstream. But in the second paragraph, the Buddha said upstream. It doesn't mean that the water flow to the high, but it's still just fulfill. Yatha Buddha Vimutti Jnana Dasana happened because of Nibbida Viraga. It means the results of Nibbida and Viraga is Vimutti Jnana Dasana. So Vimutti Jnana Dasana is the result of Nibbida Viraga. And Nibbida Viraga is the result of Yatha Buddha Jnana Dasana. Yatha Buddha Jnana Dasana is the result of Samadhi. And Samadhi is the result of Sukha. And the Sukha is the result of Pasati. Pasati is the result of Piti. Piti is the result of Pamoja. Pamoja is the result of Avipadeshara. And Avipadeshara is the result of morality. It just fulfilled, just flowing. And in the last sentence, the Buddha said what? Thus Bhikkhu, one state flows into the next state. One state fill up the next state for going from the near shores to the far shores. So one state fill up, one state flow into the next state. One state flow into the next state. One state fill up the next state. Fill up means to fill in, to make one thing to make another thing full. So fill ups. And for going from the near shore to the far shore, what is the near shore? The near shores mean the lokiya. The near shore here, the samsara, the world that's full of suffering. To the far shore, what is the far shore mean? Nibbana, the attachment, the disenchantment. So far shore means the nibbana. So going from here, leaving this near shore behind and going to the far shore. So step by step. So this is the second sutra. So we don't have enough time to go to the third sutra. So have 5 minutes left. I give you a chance to ask questions. If you have any question, please don't be hesitate to ask. Yeah, if you have any question here. Yeah.
I think, teacher.
Okay. You have any question, Ian Piran?
No, teacher.
Oh, okay.
So I have a quick question that's pretty simple about the 10 step, and you say that it's flow from one to another. But like the Sela is like more the basic, right? The basic, the principle to verbally and bodily control,
yeah,
and discipline, and then it Abhipasara, Pamochit, but it will happen afterward.
Yeah.
But my quick question is that it's only verbally and bodily control, but let's say that you are fully practice Sila, but all of a sudden someone who you love the most pass away, or you feel disappointed about something. You already fully control the bodily verbally, but the feeling of disappointment, loving someone, how can Pamacha invite that happen? My thought it should be samadhi come after Sila, because like when you have samadhi, you fully educated, train your mind right after Sila, like samadhi.
Yeah, that's a good question. For samadhi in Buddhism, we have 3 steps: Sila, Samadhi, and Prajna. Without Sila, you don't have any samadhi properly. You can say that my mind sometimes calm because I concentrate on this thing. But truly, if your body and your belly is not well, not controlled, you cannot have samadhi. It doesn't mean in the whole life you never break down. You have to be perfect in virtues. In your question, it's not exactly to say only this thing. In your question, when you sit meditation, your body is restrained from doing bad things. Your word is restrained from bad things. That is your sila. This is your sila. When you control your mind and your body is well, and samadhi come. If you don't train, how can samadhi come into your mind? And then your example for when you lose some beloved one, it suffer. Sure, that suffer never happen without any reason, because your love. And this your love because your samadhi is not reached the highest state. Because if you have samadhi properly by along with all these things, you will not suffer. Even Sotapanna, they still suffer. They still suffer when they lost. For example, Anathapindika, when his loved daughter passed, Somana died, he's crying to the Buddha. Why? Anathapindika is fulfilled of sila, right? He fulfilled because he is Sotapanna. But why? Because at this time, samadhi is not reached the stage. It doesn't mean that Sotapanna is the fulfill of samadhi. So samadhi means to make one-pointedness, to make your mind calm and clear. But when you spoil by voliting, by suffering, your mind is not concentrated. When your mind not concentrated, you cannot see the real thing. Another Bhikkhu crying. Why is he crying? Because he has no yathaputtanyana darsana. If he see the real thing, he will not cry. Because it's just the nature. Born and die. But he cannot bear his love. Because of what? Yathaputtanyana darsana not happen because samadhi is not reach the highest stream. So samadhi is not reach the highest stream, also maybe because of not fulfill, not enough sukha. Maybe. And then come connected to everything. But Sotapanna sure that they fulfill in their presence. So he has no avipadesa. He has no regret. Regret here means the kinds of unwholesome regrets, fear or disturbances. Fear means you fear because of you do a bad thing, you commit the wrong thing for your present. Avipadesa, regret. But crying because of losing something is not avipadesa. Avipadesa can happen because of losing somebody, because you think that, oh, I commit this wrong thing to this person. Now he passed. I'm so sorry that I commit this bad thing to you. This is your vipadesa, that you do something wrong to him. You harm him in the previous day, or you steal his belonging, your beloved that passed. That is also vipadesa. But in the term of Anathapindika, he just love and he cannot bear because he's still staying in the lower stage of enlightenment in Sotapanna stream. So he did not avoid the soka entirely. Dosa, badika. So dosa and badika is not avoid, is not get rid out of his mind. He still have dosa and badika. So dosa mula citta, these two citta still in him. Just only avoid the very tangible dosa, like fears of going to abaya, going to hell, the fears of you doing something wrong, the fears of die, the fears of somebody to kill him. So this fear, this dosa, fear means dosa. Dosa is not just only angry, but fear or unhappy, crying or disturbances or dosa. So only tangible dosa, the worst dosa was eliminated, but the naturally Padika still exists in his mind. So it happened because not concentrated, because not Yathaputajana doesn't. It still happened.
So it which means that he do have like a full practice of sila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sotapanna is full. Sotapanna is perfect in virtues.
And Pamoiche and Paita can happen even those
Yeah.
feeling of dosas not even disappear yet. But Pamoiche and
Yeah,
Paita.
it's still step by step. Yeah. He need to practice more. Sometimes Anatabhinika and Vishaka is very busy. He has no time to sit concentration. He has no time to sit doing inside meditation. He got invitation almost every day to ceremony, to celebration, almsgiving, every day. Anatabhinika and Vishaka almost every day got invitation. And he offer food every day to the monk, 2,000 a day, 2,000 monks a day, and just give his daughters. The first daughter making food or offering food to the monk every day, and then she got married, and the second daughter married, and the third daughter died. He cried and go into the Buddha. It is simple, yeah. When you go to that, and you will see the difference about simple cryings and vipadishara, that you have committed wrong thing or faults or offenses before. It's different from just only suffering because of you losing some beloved one. It's different. It's not the same. Any other questions? Okay, then that's good. Thank you very much for your participations and your attention for our lesson today. So on tomorrow after, on Wednesday, we will go to the third sutra, Anguttara Nikaya 10, third sutra, Patthama Upanishad Sutra. So thank you very much, and may you be all happy, secure, and happiness. So good night to Cambodia and good morning to America. Thank you.